This I am trying to shoot this DSLR camera behaving like a mobile phone. Like I like shooting in mobile because it is like so easy. You just like switch it on, and whenever you have a certain way of thinking or certain thoughts appearing, you can just on and just do live or just do recording. But slowly, like, we got so much lost into these things, like audio should be clear, or video should be clear, or you should look good also. It's like people are so much less concerned about what is being said and it is useful or not than about all of these things. You know, if there was a secret code, I mentioned where is the treasure, and I tell you the secret location, and I tell you it in a very wrong audio. Like all of you will crack out softwares to, correct the audio so that you can figure it out. But because people are not interested, and that is also because so much stuff is there, no? And everybody is giving them high definition, nice audio satsangs. My God, this is so tiring, really, I miss doing these kind of free talking sessions where I used to just be free, because then just you cannot say this, you cannot say that. Oh, you have to arrange the mic also. Oh, you have to check whether the exposure is right, or you have to check this and that. And then you it happens like that because how can you be thinking freely if you are acknowledging so much constraint of the world? How can you say yourself form doesn't matter or how you look doesn't matter when you yourself take that into account while creating videos? If it is easily available, then it's good only, right? But when you yourself have to do and set up, then it changes your mental model in itself. This I have recognized a lot. Because you are in a certain way of freedom. What spirituality really is actually freedom only. Freedom from the entanglement with the world. But then you get entangled with the world, either because of the positivity or because of negativity. Because of the positivity, because they are you feel there will be people who will listen to you if you have a nice audio and a video, and if you are present yourself in a nice manner, maybe they will be more acknowledging and everything. I just couldn't sleep well, so I just wake up in the Brahmuratam. Okay, let's do a video. These are nice. This is sessions that I used to do in back in Rishikesh and Varanasi. It's nightly conversation section with Shakti. In which I don't really talk to anyone, basically. It is you are just, or you talk to everyone, but you are same in both the sense. Whether you are talking to yourself, I told you, there are three ways. When you talk to yourself, which is called thinking, then when you talk to someone in particular, and then when you talk in public. And these three should be same, basically. If these three are same, it means like you are in union. Your mental model is integrated. Like there is much more freedom in this. And much more positivity. Like a lot of good thinking comes out only when you are in a positive state of mind. Like in negative state, it becomes so difficult even to understand like a simple conceptual video. But when you are in a positive state of mind, it's like everything just like goes inside you. You're like, yeah, I get it, what you are saying. It's like that, no? I think these will be my kind of like things that I should be, I will be known by, like conversations with Shakti. Because this is the only state in which I have felt like most free. Like I tried with people also, but it is impossible actually. It's not the factor of how like the other person is, devotional and how they are willing to do for you. It's about how much of the world they are able to see it that way, and which is very difficult. Like there are two basic problems with humanity. Like when you look at human in a very logical, objective sense. So, like, what is the ambition of every human? Like in human machine, one programming is like hard coded, which is the will to live forever. Like ranging from the Hindu text, in which like all the asuras, they are after like this eternal age, Vardhan only. Like somehow, like some god will give them, like somehow they can crack this code of immortality. To the people like these days who take like injections or someone's like Elon Musk who is trying to store itself in a chip to become like immortal. It's like this sense of immortality or to live forever is always there, and it is there because you don't realize that you are actually eternal. It's the reverse way around. It's the eternal, acting like it's finite, because otherwise it cannot play the game. If the eternal itself always realizes that it's infinite, then it will be like everything will be boring. Because time or any kind of constraint only makes the game interesting. That's why you have like the game which is, but too much constraint also makes the game boring. So that's the, like when you look at like the average mean of humanity, so too much freedom also people don't like. Then you're like, what is this? Like, I'm allowed to do anything? Like, what is this? Boring only. Or too much, like if you case someone, that is also not good. It's like in between. Like give me a problem, but make it like good enough so that I can solve it also. Don't make it impossible problem, because then I am not interested. To easy problem also I am not interested. To difficult problem also I am not interested. And All of this which I talk about, or like I talk in a sense of like objectivity only. Like everything that I say is an objective fact. But this I realized after a long like is this year of exposure to people and humanity. That most of the humans are mostly reactive memory systems. Like if you look at any kind of living system as a system basically. Now remove the living part, because the living part is there because of the consciousness, and just make it a system. So then it is just a memory system. Like if you look at it mentally, or you can say it is an energetic system. But energy which is read by kind of like mind is like memory. So in memory system there can be like different kind of memory systems. Like you can see it in like computers, and also like how they are developing what they will call like AGI, or what was like computation, and what is intelligence. How does computation translate into intelligence, and what they think like how it will translate, the intelligence will translate it to consciousness. It's the same stuff. The first of all, it is like there's nothing like intelligence if you look at it. The first type of human beings are which are only like reactive memory systems. Reactive memory systems means like they have no sense of logic or kind of like a individual radar to navigate life, in which like basic premise for that will be like I say, okay, I know this much, and this is what I have acquired the knowledge in this game, and I don't know beyond it, and I honestly take myself on what I know and what I don't know, and then I go about the game. That is also not there. They are just like reactive memory system is like which is only identified with this life memory. Like if we look at it in terms of like natural evolution, and in terms of like if you consider ourselves as a living system, then we are not just like human living system has been developed because of a lot of different evolutions in the living systems. Now from here, like their non-living system converted into a living system, like that also is a thing which we can look into. So here basically this body objectively also you can understand like it contains all the memory, because the evolution it has gone through. No, so obviously it remembers the step also. It's similar, no, like how let's say you take stairs and you reach like the 20th floor. So you reach the 20th floor, but somehow in reaching the 20th floor, you will have the memory that you are on the 20th floor. But that itself implies that you have the memory of this staircase also. I get like so much like ooh. I don't know, it's like weird kind of thing only. Like one, like other people are like so hesitant, like they have to be in a particular way if they're in front of camera and like that, and that also makes you conscious like what is it like I'm hiding, or is there like something like that? Isn't it like an open exploration of what being human means or what being alive means. Like I am human, I am able to think, I'm able to have like this ability of language also. So how are all of this working? Like, is it happening in any other living system also, or is it just my living system which is special in itself? Then there are different ways like in which you can find out. Can I observe something in the and see how it changes and measure that change and find the causation between the one stage to the another stage? What is there to hide only, like when you look at it? Yet people are like somehow, I don't know, as I told you, they are like reactive memory systems only. Like unless you say something which reactive memory system is that only, which is like the mean memory of the or mean consensus of the popular mass. So basically, you don't have anything which is like your individual thinking or anything. You just think whatever most of the people think, or you just become the product of your environment. How your parents shaped you, how the environment shaped you. There is nothing you call, like I draw my life like that. That is the reactive memory system, the first type of memory system. And most of the people are like that only. Like we are in a particular time, so like let's say someone who is born in 2010 or something, or like let's say even back like 2005. So they would be like 9 or 10 years when like BJP government in India came to power. So their thought process will be developed in a particular way only because the government is a particular way. So there are certain kind of views which are more popular, certain other kind of views are less popular. If similarly you look at people born in some other time, like they will be programmed in a different way because they are just the product of their time. Like in that time, what thing is more popular, you just become a product of it. Like this is the thing which like all of these guys, Macaulay and everything, they figured out only. Like finally, most of the humans are reactive memory systems only. So whatever you feed to them in using notebooks and like in schools and education, they will just become that. Like very few of them will have the ability to like just think logically or think for themselves and find out like whether it is right or wrong. Most of them will just like blindly take it in only. That is the most easy to be actually. That is the most comfortable for ego to be. Because there is so much confirmation for your existence or outside confirmation. So this is like saying, when people used to believe that Earth is flat, then everybody used to believe that Earth is flat only. So these are like reactive memory systems. Like in that time, whatever is the most popular truth, you will subscribe to that. Whether it is truth or not, that you don't care. It's the most safe space for ego to be. There is no Vivek basically in this one. This is like what you can also call, like I used to have this word before, like the zombies of the world. They just like react only. If you show them certain information, they will just react in a particular way. You know only how they will react. So you will know also how to control them also. Then second one will be this like intelligent memory systems. Three types I have divided, like reactive memory systems, intelligent memory systems, and conscious memory systems. So in reactive memory system is that only, like if you look at it like in terms of thinking also. So basically there is no any objective truth on which your mental process operates or your thinking operates. Like you can look at it in mental models also. Let's say if I give you a particular situation to a reactive memory system, then it will see like whether it has a relevant memory, and in the most closest memory it will give the answer or the output. In the intelligent memory system, basically it will be operated by principles, like how science is trying to develop. No, it's not memory based. Like what, through memory they want to arrive at certain principle which is the core of it, which operates the memory. So they analyze the memory system only, but then they try to arrive like, okay, this is the law of gravity, this is the law of energy, this is the law of thermodynamics. They want to arrive at something which is more objective in sense, rather than it depends on like what kind of, how someone like subjectively perceives it. Because the active memory system is that only, it's like how someone subjectively perceives it. It's like opinions in the most basic sense you can say. I realized finally after all of this, like this is the best way only. This is the best way. Like now we will have more like better quality video and everything also. But to do it in a sense of like more freedom, and to not even do it with people like, like who doesn't allow you to do that. I was doing it because it helps in clearing their karma, basically. But I felt like it is no use only, because like only my energy was draining out. And generally when something is granted for free or granted just like that, people don't appreciate it. They appreciate it much more when it looks like something to achieve, like when it is presented like a big challenge for you. When it is just presented, see, like this is the truth, and I am making this video, and here I am presenting, giving you all the knowledge. You will be like, that cannot be true only. Like, how come like someone is providing all of this is like that? And that is again because of the reactive memory system of this time. Because this has been, the mental models have been trained, like anything which is of worth value, nobody will give it for free. So it has been ingrained in again and again in our minds because of the times that we live in. And that's why we don't even appreciate basically good things. Because good things we just take it for granted only, like they should be there always, and they're not there. Like we get miserable, you know. So it's better to like not do all of that. I used to be like this too, because this is actually the Viveka, or what you call like real objective knowledge, no? Then you will be like this only. And that's why like earlier, like I was like completely free like this only. And which helps you kind of like gain more clarity into the life also. Because then you don't have any like bias. You are entertaining every viewpoint and you are looking at everything with open mind. Like no kind of like how, okay, this is how you will prepare, this is how you will dress, this is how like you will shoot the camera, this is how lighting should be, and my god, and this is how we'll upload it, so we should cut this part because what will people comment. That's why you see like all the unfiltered videos are there, no, earlier like. And how does it matter only like, because in objectively when you look at it, does it matter what someone else thinks about you? Because in reactive memory system they will just think like how their memory is fitted only, like they really are not even thinking, basically they are just reacting. Or they are thinking in a reactive manner, you can say that. So how can you determine that? You cannot. You might be like the most logical, most sensible person, but if you are speaking in front of like human beings, or like you don't even call them beings because they are mostly just like zombies only, who are just like reactive to everything. Like like if I utter this word, these guys will be just like infuriated. Or if I show them like this, or if I laugh like this, then these guys will be like, yeah, 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 yeah. Like something inside them gets agitated. A lot of them are like intellectually dull also. Like a lot of videos in Instagram, like the long night sessions where you look at it. Because I know like these kind of people are there. So like they want something to catch on to, like let's say how he's high only or something, or he's like not making any sense, like he's just like something delusional guy, like something they will say only, because anyways they cannot grasp the concept that I'm saying. So their ego will find some way, like how can I accept only like someone like this exist. I have to find some way to kind of just like, put it away only. Like I did a lot of research on like how people reacted to me and all of that after, because at that time I was like busy in doing things only. I never looked at it only. But then I saw only like, like this not even like basic logical sense in people also left like. Like in 2 hours only they contradict themselves, or in the same video they contradict themselves. This is nice only, like night sessions with Shakti. That should be the name of this series. And it is just like, just flow. And you don't care only. Because in yourself, there is nothing like you want to hide, or in yourself, there is nothing like you want to judge about yourself. But because of people only, like, you have to entertain. And entertaining means what? Like, it doesn't mean anything actually when you look at it. Like, why would someone who appreciates for you to be free and then try to put you in a kind of like, whitewashed image framework? And that is also fine. Like if they arrange all of that, like that you don't have to do anything. It is natural basically for you. But then you have to do that also, like, so then you are trying to change the person only, and change the fundamental quality that you liked in the person in the first place. But now because you have liked now, now you don't like that basically. Now they have to like, okay, no. Like I liked you because you are authentic and you are honest and you are just like how you were always. But now because you are in my world, now you have to be like dressed like this. Now you have to be spoken like this. Now you have to be certain state. Okay. Interesting only. Who the hell cares only? Like seriously. Like by any philosophy, by any science knowledge, by anything, you will realize that this human life is meaningless. Like either you can say like the meaning of human life is to find what is the meaning of human life in itself. Or you can say like the meaning of human life is to find that it is meaningless. Those two can be the only answers. Like there is no other answer. But like you look at people taking everything so seriously, like, oh my god, like if I win this Oscar or Nobel Prize, or if I win this race, then I will do something. If I just get like, if I make a startup, like this is like I call it less Viveka, or like less even availability of intelligent knowledge systems or intelligent memory systems. Yeah, just like basically reactive memory systems. Like it is cool to make startup in these times, so everybody will be doing startups. It is cool to learn computer science, so everybody will be learning computer science. If it was cool to learn mechanical science, then everybody will be learning mechanical science. If it is cool to be like an artist and not a scientist, then everybody will be artist. Those are the people like who are just the product of their times or environment, nothing else. They will be the mean of what people generally thinks. So much of like karma I took only. And then I realized only like it was redundant only. Like I took it, but like it was the sense of love only because you take all of that. People get very agitated only, It's amazing only like. Just wait a minute. This is what I was talking about. Like, this was not there. Like, freedom. Now it become like the chains which come in the form like I care about you. That's why I'm binding you. Like, why would you bound something which you love, basically, Now we are figuring out this. अब हमने DSLR like DSLR भी है कि ये semi something है like I think these are new types electronic ones. Like when you look at like this statement also, like meaning of life statement only, like in itself. So if you think about it like philosophically, if you think about it like scientifically, like if you are like made up from DNA replicating itself and then it got evolution into like different organisms and here we are. So what are we really like? We're just like one of the step in the evolution gap, like nothing else, like there's no meaning really to it. Or if you look at it in terms of scale also, like how we are just like a tiny speck. And it is like mostly it's because of I am in a human body and because of the world looks in a particular way, looks like, like all of us humans, like mostly humans will only be able to listen to me, like animals will not understand this only. So because we share a particular way of looking at world and it like becomes like so obvious or so certain in a way, like it looks like, like this is how world is, like like we forget like this is how we look at it, the world, or this is how the world looks through like this body. This is again like scientifically, properly established and logically established, but still in our daily experience we forget that. So in this video, basically, we will promote our sadhana also. We are launching Ganapati Sādhana, which is to cultivate Vivek. So Vivek is this only. So how do you go from like reactive memory systems to intelligent memory systems at least? Like the final goal is from to intelligent to conscious memory system. But first you have to transfer to it to intelligent at least. Like there should be some principle guiding you. There should be some connectivity between your life, or like something should be there which is integrating it. So the English batch we will launch from 20th to 30th, 11 days. The cost is very small only, like $1999, $2,000 only, like. $2,000 is like nothing only these days. Like even children, like a monthly fees is like 5,000 or something in schools these days. So 2,000 is nothing only. So Vivek is, as we are discussing now, like the sadhana will be about cultivating Vivek. So what is Vivek? Vivek is first like establishing like the objective knowledge in you. Objective knowledge means like which are verified facts, verified through like basic logical reasoning also, verified through the process of science also, in which like the reasoning has to be kind of like accompanied by a physical life experiment. That is science. And then even in your experience also, you will see it, like it's common sense also. But it doesn't come into our experience, and that doesn't come mostly because it's like, as a human, I'm looking at it a certain way only, like life. And that is the mystery only, like it feels very absolute. And when we react to other human, and when you talk to other human, because it's like something we find in common, so it looks like our knowledge is kind of like absolute knowledge, and it's not like relative knowledge. Like this is also like again like a fact all, like we all have like a very limited knowledge about this world, but always it feels like we are the gyata, we know it all. From like like a mad person like living in like a village or somewhere, and who thinks like they know everything, to someone who is a scholar or who is like a Nobel Prize winner scientist who thinks that they know everything, but still they know, like in a way, like they also know, like they don't even know how much there is to know. Like do they know 1%? Do they know 2%? That also they don't know. But still its feelings it comes on, like in every one of us it comes. So these are like facts of the life which are facts, but when we are actually living this human life, then we forget it. Then somehow it gets overridden by our reactive memory systems. So first we have to convert it to a reactive memory system to intelligent memory system. In that also there are like three main steps. Like first you have to learn, then you have to understand, and then you have to realize it. Learning basically means like memorizing it basically. Like first convert it to reactive memory system कि तुमको कम से कम पता तो हो क्या बोला गया है कि हाँ ये फैक्ट है. Like we as a human are in a body in which our experience is governed that our knowledge always feels absolute. Now this is a fact of life. Nobody can say no only to this. Although logically we also know that our knowledge is not absolute, but in experience it always feels absolute. Some kind of coding is there. Or like we human as a species, we cannot even live without meaning. Or we think like too highly of ourselves or too highly of our lives. Like, oh, he did this, like now Virat Kohli has scored another century, he has broken Tendulkar's record. And when you look at it like, what? I mean, in one sense you can like see only like, but this is like, but what is the point only all over this? Like these are the significant things really like. Like in one sense you can also look at it like in terms of evolution. Like there is some human who can do this, but then we can create our own problem statement and then we can keep creating this game only. Because either there should be an absolute problem statement in which you can measure everyone. Like how people used to measure like, okay, who is the fastest human? So like, so that we can compare it with other animals and everything also, no? But in like human made games, it is like kind of becomes very stupid only like. Because then you can create any game. Like in terms of meaning also, at least if it is associated with, as I said, no, like two things. Either like the meaning of his life is to find out what is the meaning of life, or the meaning of life is to actually find out that it is actually meaningless. Like in these two, if it is there, like then you can still consider it is like some kind of meaning. Otherwise, it is like, in a, like you are playing in a game of creating game. Like in a game world you go and like your main task is to create a game only. Understand? And that meaning we put so much like high importance to, which is like, it's like so redundant, like because even like what I am doing looks so redundant to me. So obviously like those things I will like, but like people when you comment about others, no, like their reactive memory system becomes activated only. Like, yeah, how did he say only? Like how I say that about myself also. I can say that about other person also. It's not like I don't apply myself to the same standards. In fact, I feel more free in my life if I actually feel like it is meaningless. This I realize now only. Like there are people who actually don't understand all of this. Like I feel more free when in Vivek or when I'm in like, why my like living experience of the life is driven by Vivek. But it cannot be driven by the Vivek in a limited sense. Like, like that's how you somehow you have contemplated it and then you just like are always like in bliss and nice and don't reacting and all of that. But when you are shooting and then you are always conscious like who is writing what, how do you are looking, how is someone commenting, then you are worried about like all of these outside stuff. Then the Vivek is all gone only. Like I feel like the Vivek which is more honest Vivek means like which comes by itself, by virtue of being alive, by virtue of being human. So you already have that logical faculty or buddhi given to you in this body. Oh, I've gone down too much only like in the world. Now I realize only like. Because why our basically reactive memory system overpowers the intelligent memory system. Because the result of the intelligent memory system is not in our favor. Like the intelligent memory system will say like you should do like hard work and earn that thing. But then you will say like if I do hard work, then I will be failure only. Like most of the people, the result comes out like that only, like if I don't do cheating, then I can never win only. Like so, then they will be like, okay, let's don't follow the intelligent memory system. Let's follow the reactive memory system. In the reactive memory system, there is more chance for me to be successful because like then I can use my my father's name, my country's name, some identity you can use only, which you have been like grown in as a product of where you have been like born or when you have been born. Product of your like time and space in which you are born. So basically like if you are born in this time, then your habits will be in a particular way, you will be speaking in a particular way, or your truth will be in a particular way. If you are born in Aristotle time, then your truth was in a particular way. If you are born in like Galileo times, your truth was in a particular way. If you are born in like Einstein time, your truth is in a particular way. Now, if you are born in like these times, then your truth is in a very different way. But that is not like the objective truth. Because objective truth is not about the memory of the truth. It is about understanding like in this human body that I am experiencing this world, that way of experiencing has not changed. Because that is way of experiencing only we call human. No. Like why do we divide ourselves into species and like categorize like that? Because there is cat experiencing in a particular way, like the bat experiences in a particular way, the dog experiences in a particular way, and then we experience it in a particular way. So why we call like we all are humans? Because we experience life in a particular sense only. So that commonality makes us human. So that device or that way of functioning of the device, that has stayed same only, since the inception of human only, like. So that knowledge is absolute knowledge. And that is the only absolute knowledge if you really look at it like all the other knowledge is kind of like the knowledge that we acquire through the process of science looks absolute, but it's not absolute. Because even like the logical thinking or the ability to compute something or put something in mathematical framework, that is also the result of being human actually. Like cat cannot do it. So what do you think objectively is just like your ability as a human which you perceive as something absolute. Just as like we perceive one, like because I am as a human experiencing this world is like yellow, white, and this, I can understand these languages. So I just assume only like every like living being experiencing the world in the same way. It doesn't even occur to us, no, like the cat which is like staying with her, like she's looking at it like completely different only, like we just feel only like because when we wave it, do we really consider it? We don't consider it. Or when we speak to it, we speak to it like a human only, like how we speak to other human. Although the cat doesn't understand language. Like it might understand is some kind of like how it interprets the energy signal, but it's not like it is understanding language, So the knowledge systems or what is truth of that time, that keeps changing. That is like a fashion truth basically. But what is the absolute truth if you really look at it? So in this human body, now we have this ability to question also. Now I look at it and then we're like, wow, this human experience is amazing. I can see like 7 colors, I can see this, and I have this ability that I can ask questions and I can think stuff and I can compute stuff and I can put like mental modelings and I can just correct them and do experimentation on them. Like there are so many different ways I can find out only, like. And that way of finding out, not what you are finding, that way of finding is absolute. Like you can keep debating like what is a conscious system, what is consciousness, but you cannot debate like for anything, like for have to two stuff basically, consciousness and object of consciousness. There has to be certain relationship between these two elements only for any conscious system. And that is an absolute fact. Like where consciousness originates, in the mind or not in the mind, like that can be the question only. But you can start from this absolute fact itself, no? Like there is like Shiva and there is Shakti. Like there is something which is observing, or there is something which is having the experience of like I am alive, and there is something it is experiencing as life. Like I feel I am alive, and I feel like I am alive in 2025. I am alive in India. I am alive in like this planet Earth. That localization of aliveness is also there, no? So, cultivation of Vivek or Ganapati Sadhana is basically about this only. Like, first you have to analyze like the objective facts of life. Like, what are the objective truths? Now, you might not call them absolute truth, but they are the objective truth in terms of like in this human body with the human way of experiencing. Now, human way of experiencing is only one way of experiencing. That also we have to consider. It's not like the absolute way of experiencing this world. Like these are these like things we can do. Like we can speak. So every human we can say like, okay, they can speak, or they can listen, or they can distinguish between colors. Like there is some commonality in the experience, no? then like this statement only, like there's no absolute, like what we call like meaning or something, like there's nothing absolute like that. Too much like thinking about this stuff is like actually redundant. Finally, there should be an open discussion about things, but the reactive memories of these times are like very much against that. Because only that system can be open which doesn't have insecurity. So first we basically learn the objective facts of this life that we are living as a human, that we say that we are in a 2025 and on a planet Earth, and like this is how we have been, like this is the story that we have. We are made about of like this, and this is how our experience is defined in this life, all of that. First step is learning and then understanding it. Understanding like how I am teaching it right now. Like explaining it and then really like imbibing it. Like, okay, this is like not just something that I have to, somebody told you, like some guru told you, like, okay, this is the principle, and then you just go by the guru's kind of like devotion only, like, but if he has said it, then it must be true only. Although it is not in your like experience that it is true. So in your experience, or at least in your way of basically intelligence, if you can ascertain like, okay, now this is true only, like I can understand by the example I have given and everything, like then that is called understanding. So first is learning basically, okay, these are the basic facts of life. Then understanding, like, okay, I understand in my own intelligence, like these are actually facts. It's not like someone else gave me, and it's not like crammed knowledge, no. Like how, like if somebody asks me like what are the Newton laws of motion, and I just tell only like this is the first law, this is the second law, this is the third law. So that doesn't really mean that I understand it. That means like I have learned it. I have learned the right answer. Like understanding is like much higher than that. So second, you understand it. Understanding basically means that you don't need to refer to the memory for it. Then you understand it in terms of more abstract principle. And the third is realization. Realization is when you actually live your life by those principles. Like when you really start looking, like if I tell you a fact about, okay, this human experience, like this sense of certainty just comes out of ego. Like everybody is certain about their knowledge, no? Everybody is certain, like they know it, like their opinion is the opinion, like confidence, no? Confidence is like sky high, like all times. So that is a part of like you in a human body experiencing life in a particular way. That's why you feel, you always have this sense in your experience, like that you have a like absolute knowledge, or you have like certain knowledge. Like we know exactly how this world will work, or we know exactly like the sun will keep rising and like every day. But then certain like COVID happens, and then all our mental models, like they go like boom. It's like this Atlas thing also, no? Like when it came, so everybody is like, what is this only, like? Because all the calculation models and everything there, it was going like here and there only. So then you really see in your daily or your moment by moment experience, like it is there. So in first two steps, we are only in the mental system. Mental system means like we are only in the conceptual model of things. That we are learning something that is also like making it a memory. And then we are trying to make it like a principle in the memory system instead of just like a single memory. Or basically like a law, like how we have Newton's laws, no? Like you make like your own law. Like this is the law of Viveka. And the third step will be realization, in which you, in your movement by movement, you just not like you as a scientist or as a physicist, you just say, okay, time is an illusion. But then you are always worried about time. Because then it is like you have understood it, but it's not, you have not realized it. It's not in your daily experience. Your daily experience is like that only. But it's somehow, it's not like, first you have to learn it. Like, you can learn it, no? Like, a lot of people know this in India, like, some more maya hai. So first you have learned only, like, but you have not really understood, like, sab moh maya kaise hai? Sab moh aur maya kaise hai? So then you understand it. Oh, like it's not just like a saying or something like you just like, memorize and you just utter in a particular times. It has a deeper meaning to it. And then you live your life. Like if actually everything is some more maya, so how your life should be lived? Now that is the third part, which is realization. So this is what we call like Vivek. So first we learn about the objective truths. Then we understand them by giving more examples, by giving more a broader explanation. And then we try to imbibe them in our day-to-day life, which is a realization. So this is what we will do in the Ganapati Sādhana. Everybody should register. Once in a lifetime opportunity. You think like this is 2025, but it is not actually 2025, Like even time is an illusion, but then, like, same physicists, they say like time is an illusion, and they say they like this universe is 4.5 billion years old. What is this only like? Make up your mind only. Whether it is illusion or it is like 4.5 billion years old. That was a joke only. I understand how it works basically. But it is actually an illusion. Like, but that kind of like Vivek will be like a higher Vivek. So that level we won't discuss in this sadhana. Because most of the people, like if you just say them, like time is a religion, they will be like, "Ye to pagla ho gaya." Like even though it is like a proper objective fact, because it's hard to understand something like that. Or like free will, there is no free will. Then you'll be like, really? Like it's like ऐसे तो लगता तो है सब कुछ अपने एक्सपीरियंस पे तो हम ही कर रहे हैं लाइक सारे सिस्टम भी उसी के अराउंड डिजाइंड है कि फ्री विल होती है इलेक्शन में नहीं तो हम चूज क्या कर रहे हैं फिर हम वोट नहीं दे रहे हैं कोई और वोट दे रहा है इट विल बी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग ओनली लाइक इफ यू लुक एट इट So do register in that. I think this covers like we did like marketing also. So many like arrows in one shot. I fire now like. This is freedom. Like somebody who is only for truth, like that, why would that person should be hesitant only? You understand, like, because finally you are just after truth, and truth is something which is like absolute. So why would you be, if even if somebody comes and point out like your mistake, you will be happy only, like, oh, this is good point only. Like if stupid people come and they're like reactive memory system, Vikrit, Manadosha wale log, then you have to like put them like in their place only. And mostly putting them in their place means that only, like just not care, because even those people also don't care about having a discussion or having a conversation, because they come with like their own sense only, like to basically, what do you call, like puke their mental ulti, mental puking, you can say. So they just need some place where they can mentally puke. So this I have learned also, like, so that is also Vivek in a certain sense. It's like in our times, like there are humans like that, which is like just one directional life. You cannot communicate to them. You cannot get through them because they are like completely closed. They are like completely like in an echo chamber in themselves. So there is no point. And this, when I see like these streamers and everything now, I used to see before also, but then I never realized, like, but when I got famous and then all of this happened, then I realized only, like all of these negative comments and everything, like they happen to them also, but they just don't read them. It's just like they just skip only, like they will only read like certain comments. But then I see only, like it's not like they only get positive comments, but they only read only. Like there is certain kind of ability that you inculcate or that you develop only. That you only like cater to something which makes sense. Or the nonsensical trolling and everything you just avoid only. Because then you see only like this is spam only. Like which like even like this computer system also they track that only. If something is spam or something is computerized, like they'll filter it. Are you a human? Are you a robot? Are you a human? So do register for the Ganapati Sādhana. Everything is there. The website is there. This time we have put like a new payment system and everything. If there is some issue, do let us know. We will correct it as soon as we can correct it. Like there are obvious, like constraint in life. Like you have to do like daily stuff also. Like as a human, like there are daily necessities like that you have to fulfill, which takes your basic time. So there is only like limited amount of work or certain kind of things that you can accomplish like by yourself if you really look at it. If you are not organized in a particular way, if you are organized, then basically once you like allotment and specific task allocation is that all, like कि वो ईट उठाने वाला सिर्फ ईट उठाएगा like only like a typist will only type only, like a speaker will only speak only, like everybody will do their own things, and then it's like become like a big machine. Yeah, Har Har Mahadev. It was really nice, like doing this. I feel like I will do this more only, like. Free. Like I try to do this with other people also, but then I realized only like it's not possible only. Like open conversations, no, like completely open, like without any judgment, any bias or. But then only I can do it myself. These I realize only like it's not possible at all. हर महादेव। आइए साधना के अंदर, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा रजिस्टर कीजिए। क्या क्या कैसे कैसे प्रमोट करते हो, ऐसे सारी चीज़ें डाल दो यहाँ पे अभी। 2000 की साधना, 2000 की साधना, प्लीज आइए आइए, विवेक जागृत कराइए, अपने कर्मों से छुटकारा पाइए। राइम्स वगैरह बनानी पड़ेंगी इसकी, बट ये तो इंग्लिश वाली है ना, लाइक हाँ, सो इंग्लिश ओनली वी नीड टू राइट। 2.5 मैन वाले उसको बुलाना पड़ेगा राइम लिखवाने के लिए एक। Okay, do register. Shri.foundation is the website, and they are in the university section. You can go and register for. There are separate tabs for English and Hindi. The English one will be running from 20th to 30th, and the Hindi one will go from 2nd to 12th. 11 days. So what we will do, we will discuss only like what is Vivek, what are the steps only that we will do, and then exit sadhana. Like if there are more questions, then we will discuss also. Like maybe we will do more videos, like who knows, because this is really nice only. Like I was missing this nighttime stillness, and then you are just open on, because in day it looks like, like all the humans become like mad only, like right now, like so silent on, it's like nobody is there only. Although all of them are alive, they are just like not conscious. Once they like light falls on them, they become like, oh, like something happens only to people. I miss nights. Register.